What's up, everybody? Happy New Year. I'm coming to y'all with a Life After Lockup review, okay, for season 2. They're calling this episode 40, and I forgot the name of the episode, but it will be down in the description box. I just wanted to hurry up and come to y'all with this review because I made notes last night while I was looking at it, and I was so hyped to do this video last night when I was looking at the show. I was like, "Ooh, I got to hurry up and do my review while I'm feeling hype." Okay, most of the day done passed already. That came on last night, which was Friday night, and most of the day has already passed, but on Saturday. But I still needed to come in here and give y'all a review of, it's really Love After Lockup, Life After Lockup. So basically, they're going back to look at everybody that has already been on the show. So there's no new people on here for this season. Okay, we're looking back at people who have already been on in past seasons. Okay, I don't know why the cable is describing this as season 2, episode 40, but it is what it is. That's what it says. Season 2, episode 40. Let me just adjust here. Okay. So yeah, season 2, episode 40, Life After Lockup, or Love After Lockup, Life After Lockup. And I can't remember the name of the episode for some stupid reason. But anyway, the episode starts off with Angela. Okay, Angela has a bonfire going, saying she wishes that the cameras were there, but she was recording, I guess, on her phone. "I wish the cameras were here right now. I'm burning all the shit that he got me," which is not really anything. Like, he barely got me anything. It's like a shirt, and like she's upset. She's outside smoking her cigarette, and she got a bonfire going, and basically the nigga is still cheating, okay? And I'm talking about Tony. Tony, I have my notes, so that's why I'm looking off to the side here. Angela woke up at 6 o'clock, and I guess Tony went to work while it was like still dark, early in the morning, okay? He got up and he left and he went to work. Angela let him leave the house and go to work without saying shit to him, okay, about her findings, which I think she said he went to sleep in another room. I thought she said that he got up and went to sleep in another room or the living room or wherever, okay, just away from her, where he was, he didn't go to sleep there, but he was just there chilling, and he was on his phone. And she was like, "That damn phone. You know what it is. You already know what it is." If you're a cheater, right? Anybody that's watching this video, if you are a cheater, you already know what it is with the phone. And your mate. And your mate going through your phone. And your mate wanting to get their hands on your phone so bad. We already know what that is. So he was on his phone all night. She waited until he went to sleep. She went in there and got his phone while he was asleep. He got caught slipping, okay? Mind you, he had a screen lock on, okay? She took the SIM card out of his phone, which she's probably paying for. She is probably the one who's paying for that phone. So she took the SIM card out of his phone, put it in her phone, and now there's no screen lock on her phone. So now she's able to look at all his messages. All the text messages that he's been exchanging, excuse me, with all the prostitutes that he meets at work, because he works for like a motel. He's telling the prostitutes that he would get them free rooms, like in exchange for sex. He's giving prostitutes free rooms at the hotel or motel that he works at in exchange for sex. And this is the man that she is letting him stay at her house, be paroled at her house, and putting up with all his bullshit. That he done gave her a ring and they supposed to be engaged. Now, ever since this show has come on, ever since I've been watching it, I have said the people who are waiting for the jail people, the criminals to come home from jail, they all need to start with the man in the mirror. I mean, Angela, they said she's like 47. Angela, you're 47 years old. You've been giving this man money the whole time while he was in jail. I forgot how long they was kicking it while he was in jail. Some years though. It's been some years. Like between 2 and 5 years, I think. When he first came home, she picked him up from jail, spent the day with him, and then dropped him off at the halfway house. He didn't give her none. No sex. They went and ate. And he was like, oh, when she was asking him for sex, like, yeah, let's get it in before you have to go to the halfway house. I got to get you there by 7 p.m. He was like, nah, because I don't want it to, like, be like that. I want it to be romantic between me and you. I don't want to just, like, be hitting it in the car, for the first time. Before she could have sex with the man, he was back in jail. She found out that he was messing with other women while he was out working at a hotel. So I guess she said she was going to leave him alone, but she ended up taking him back. Last season, she ended up taking him back. And now we're getting an update that he's fucking up again. He got prostitutes giving him sex in exchange for free rooms, okay? Anyway, she found out about it. She read all the text messages, and she let him go to work without saying anything. He got up in the morning, got his stuff on, and went to work. Now she's talking to the cameras for the show, saying when he get home from work, all hell is gonna break loose. That's her whole thing. All hell is gonna break loose when he gets home from work. I'm like, Angela, can't you see that the problem here is actually you? You putting up with his bullshit. You keeping on taking him back. You keep telling him it's not him lying. You're 47 years old. You're a grown ass woman. You should be able to say, this man is lying to me. I'm not gonna listen to him anymore. He don't mean me no good. And leave him the hell alone. That's like where we should be at right now in life. But I guess not. Like, everybody cannot be the same place. I don't know. But to me, she's a little old to be, you know what I'm saying, giving this guy so many chances. And in my opinion, she is the problem, not him. He's in his confessional like, I'm paroled to her house, so I'm just going, get her to calm down and everything will be all good. I'm like, huh? Anyway, moving on to Megan and Michael, okay? They're showing us what they showed us last season, which was that Michael showed up at Megan's house. And on the way to her house, which she lives in like Texas or something, and he lives in, does he live in Michigan, I think? Yeah, or something like that. He lives somewhere far as hell away. He hops a plane, gets in a Uber from the airport and shows up at her house. And they got us thinking that he's showing up at her house unannounced. But it don't really seem like it's unannounced at all. Like, it looks like she knew he was coming. She knew. Even if the producers tipped her off an hour before he got there, she knew, okay? He shows up at her house, which is what we saw last season. And she's like, what are you doing here? What are you doing here? And he's like, I came because I ain't like the way shit ended last time when you left my house. Okay. When she left his house last time, he told her to kick rocks because he found out that she was like, kicking it with his boy while he was locked up. And when I say kicking it, I mean doing sexual things. Even if actual intercourse didn't happen, She was kissing him and kicking it with him, and the friend was kicking his back in like, oh, you know what I'm saying, he ain't here. What's up with me and you? That's what was going on with her and one of his friends. She, Megan, you know, she was down with it. She was here for it. All right. She confessed to him and told him, yeah, me and your boy kissed while you was locked up. He called his boy up, asked his boy lied about it. All right. Was like, nah. But he knew he was lying, whatever. So now he's showing up at her door. She's like, what are you doing here? What are you doing here? And he's like, I came to see you because I ain't really, you know, I ain't like how shit ended last time. I feel as though, you know, me and you need to talk it out and, you know, try to move forward from that. She ain't even let the nigga in her house. He was like, what's really good? I can't come in? No, I don't want my father to know you're here. Because her father was like, if I see that nigga on sight, I'm punching him in his face. Like, that's what her father said. So I can't wait until the season like progresses to see if her father gonna be like, the fuck you doing here? Because her father cannot stand this guy. So he was like, why are you all dressed up or whatever? No, matter of fact, let me rewind back. She's giving him kind of like a hard way to go, but not really. You know what I mean? She's kind of like saying, Michael, you just can't come back and think it's going to be all good. You're going to have to show and prove. Okay, this whole coming here ain't just because you came here. You're going to have to, she was like, you can't just show up. You got to show up and show out. That's what she told him. And he was like, oh, you know, I'm ready to do it. So he was like, why you all dressed up? She was like, me and B about to go out. She was like, you want to come? He was like, all right, it's up to you. You want me to come? I'm like, oh, okay. Let's see what's going to happen here. All right. So they pan over to Sarah. Okay. It's Sarah and Aviana chilling. And you know, Sarah is Michael's wife and baby mama, or, you know, wife that he has 2 children with. I'm not even going to call her baby mama. Just so y'all know, because I have never reviewed this show, even though I've always had an opinion about the show and I've always watched it. Okay. When Michael and Megan and Sarah little love triangle first came on the show, it was cute. You know what I'm saying? It was cute how he was always like, messing with Sarah, which is his wife, messing with Megan, which is his girl, or, you know, like talking to her while he was in jail or whatever, which was his girl, and always professing his love for Megan, which is the girl that, you know, he's messing with on his wife. And Megan is black, okay? Sarah is white, all right? So to me, a black woman, I always kind of like had a soft spot in my heart for Michael because he professed his love for the black girl, okay? I don't know why. I'm just being honest, okay? But really, he's a piece of shit, okay? So it really don't matter, or it really ain't nothing good that he's professing his love for Megan, who is the black woman. I mean, because he ain't shit, all right? So push that to the side. Still to this day, he's doing the same thing, professing all his love to Megan, and Sarah and Aviana are in upstate New York, okay? And Sarah, Aviana, and the new baby, which she has another little baby girl, I believe, by him. The baby girl is just so damn cute. Oh my goodness. I'm just like, wow, the baby girl, and she looks just like Aviana. She looks just like her, and which is a good little mix between Michael and Sarah. But she looks like Sarah when she smiles. She's so pretty. Okay. So Sarah and Aviana are there, and they're talking, and then they pick up the phone, and they try to call Michael. He don't pick up. Okay, he's too busy in Texas somewhere trying to get back with Megan than to be fucking with his kids. Okay, he told Megan that he was she was like, what are you doing here? When he showed up at Megan's door, and he was like, I'm off tether, meaning he don't have an ankle bracelet no more. He doesn't have to stay in his state anymore, so he came to visit her. When you got off tether, instead of going to see your children, you go see your girl and you try to get back with her. It's sort of like when you're on a plane right? And the airline stewardess is trying to tell you how the safety, procedures are. She say, make sure you put your face mask on first and before you do the children, because you can't like, pass out before you know what I'm saying, put your face mask on the children. So make sure you secure your face mask first. That's what he's doing. He making sure he secure his face mask first, meaning making sure he's good with his girl first before he make sure his kids is good. And I mean, I don't know, what his thing is with respect to that. All I know is the daughter can't get him on the phone. Aviana can't get him on the phone. Okay. So Sarah asks Aviana, who's like 3 or 4 or something like that, do you want me to pretend to be daddy so you could talk to him? And she was like, yeah. I never heard of that before. I have children. I've never heard of, asking your child, do you want me to pretend to be daddy so you could like express your feelings toward him? I never thought to ask a child that. Anyway, she asks her that and Aviana says, yes, I want you to. So Sarah goes, puts on a baseball cap like she's a dude, and picks up a phone, and the daughter's like, ring, ring. And Sarah's like, hello? And she's like, hey, daddy, I want you to come here. And Sarah's like, I'm not going to be able to come there. And in her confessional, she's like, I just wish that, he would help me out with the kids. I'm not even talking about financially. I could go out and make my own money if he could physically be here to help me take care of these kids. Now, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that I feel like Sarah is dumb or whatever for for marrying him and like making a family with him being locked up in Michigan and living there, because I feel like she thought he was going to come home to upstate New York after they got married and stuff like that while he was in jail. Once he came home, I guess he was going to be paroled to her house or whatever. He was supposed to stay in upstate New York with her and her daughter. But he didn't do that. You know what I'm saying? So now, and then she turned around and had another baby with him. So now you have 2 children whose father is out gallivanting, seeing other women, doing whatever, still with this chick, Megan. And instead of blaming you and him for this situation, you want to blame Megan. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that Megan has no, she's not wrong in this. Because to me, you should not date people who are married. Like, okay, fine, she didn't know he was married at the beginning. But when you found out he was married, you should have left his ass alone. Because in my opinion, okay, when someone is married and they're dating, what is liable to happen is that they're going to go back to the person that they're married to and leave you sad and lonely. So don't set yourself up for the heartbreak. That's how I look at it. But, I mean, everybody don't look at it like that. Everybody, don't look at it like that. That's kind of like, in my opinion, it's too much like right. Everybody don't look at it like that. Everybody is looking for, or most of the time, people are looking for that, pleasure, like the gratification to be immediate. I just want what I want in him. I don't care if he's married. And that's like the wrong way to be. That's what's going to set you up for failure every time. So when Michael came to Megan's door, he was like, oh, we got the divorce all set up. We got the papers and everything. She was like, oh, word, where the papers at? You got the papers? Where they at? He was like, I don't got them with me. I mean, that's a process. No, you're the one who made it sound like the process was done. And I'm asking you to show me. You talking about that's a process. You the one made it sound like it was, it was something that was done already. So I'm like, everybody involved is setting themselves up for failure. But what I don't like about Sarah is, or what I feel like Sarah needs to kind of like get straight in her life is, Sarah, You cannot guilt a man into being with you. And you cannot guilt a man into being like a good father like he should be. You just simply can't do it. You just simply picked the wrong nigga to marry and to have children with. That's exactly what happened. Yes, it's hard. Yes, it's hard. Because you made it hard on yourself with the person that you chose to marry and to have 2 children with. That's what it is. That is what it is. What I feel like I wish Sarah would do at this point is to put her big girl panties on, right? And just fucking, do everything for herself. Because the fact of the matter is Michael probably isn't a good nigga to have around your kids. He's probably not a good father to even come over there and start raising the kids, whether he loves them or not. On some real shit, like for real. Just because he their father, don't mean that he should be the person that raises them. What you need to do, Sarah, is you need to go and find you another man to be a father to your children and a husband to you, a real man. And Megan, no, Michael is probably only good for one thing. And I don't even need to sit here and say it. You know what I'm saying? So don't, in my opinion, you should not get your hopes up about y'all being together. Like, how the fuck you want, you're almost 30 years old, Megan. How in the fuck are you going to make a life or really be with somebody? You don't even know what the fuck they gonna do to make money. Like, what are you gonna do? I think he's supposed to be trying to be a rapper. I don't know. I don't know that he has a good, if he has like a good future in that. I really don't know. But you have to think to yourself, how the fuck am I going to make a life with somebody that, number one, is married to another woman? That's number one. And number two, I don't even know how the fuck me and him are going to mesh when it comes down to like actually doing adult things and making a life together. You like him. You like the way he make you feel. That don't make for a good husband or nothing like that. It don't. Just because you like the way somebody look and you like the way that they make you feel. Yes, I do feel as though your husband should be attractive to you. And I do feel as though you should like the way he make you feel. But there's a lot more that, that is involved in that. And Michael, he just ain't the fucking one. I don't know nobody that he's the one for. I can't even think of nobody. And I like Michael. Like, just, on GP, I like Michael. But he ain't for Sarah nor Megan. It's a damn shame every time I think about it. But anyway, we cut to Brittany and Marcelino. They getting out the car. No, they riding in the car, okay? And they're talking about how, their lives have progressed in the confessional. Their lives have progressed so much. You know what I mean? Like, she never thought from being a pen pal and, a jail pen pal with somebody that she would be out of jail, married, having, done had a baby, and is pregnant with another one. I said, oh my gosh, yes, that is a lot. That is a lot. Her life has done a complete 360. And I really, a lot of people don't like Marcelino, and that's neither here nor there. But with respect to her life and how her life has come up because she got with him, it's undeniable. It's fucking undeniable. You know what I'm saying? So Marcelino might be a jackass at times, but Brittany's life he picked that girl up from the fucking gutter. And her life has come up tremendously since he came into it. So, I mean, it is what it is. Now she's pregnant with another baby. So she has 2 children that she had when she was a teenager. And she said she lost these children to adoption. And then she has Giovanni, who now lives with her and does not live with his biological father anymore. So she has full custody of him. And then she has Zoila, the baby that she had since the show began. And they said she's like 15 months or whatever. And now she's pregnant with a new baby, and they don't know what this baby is, a girl or a boy. And I'm happy for them. You know what I'm saying? When the previews came on for the whole season, it looked like they're going to be having a lot of issues and a lot of problems, okay? But let me just say this. People have issues and problems in their marriage. It just is what it is. It depends upon the magnitude of the problem, and it also depends upon the strength of the bond that you have with this person. Period. End of story. That's what it depends on. So, oh, I wanted to mention, she got pregnant again. And she said, and I'm talking about Brittany. Brittany said that she had a 10-year like IUD implant. And she ended up getting pregnant again. And basically, Marcelino knocked that implant out the way, and they got another baby on the way. I said, oh, okay. Okay. So that's why the love is strong. That's why the love's strong. Right there. I'm a mess. But, hey, I'm serious, though. That's why the love is strong. The boy done knocked out the IUD. Okay? So, yeah. Anyway, we cut to Andrea. Okay? Andrea. And, she has her husband, Lamar. And in this episode, and I said I was going to do me a little research and go back to the whole Andrea and Lamar situation, like at the beginning of it, to make sure of some things that they were saying now about their relationship. She said she was talking to Lamar while he was in jail for 6 years. 6 years. When I kind of like forgot about how many years it was. When she said that, I said to myself, no wonder they got married like straight away after, and it didn't matter all the red flags that came up for her. And she moved the family. She was already all the way in and completely invested. 6 years? There are people out there talking to people while they're in jail for 6 years. And this man was in jail for 18 years, I believe it was. Yes, 18 years. You really feel as though... Now, in her confessional on this particular episode, she said, I thought I was going to be able to just be a housewife. He go out there, make the money, come home, and me and him will be having sex all the time, and this and that. And so wait a minute, let me get this right. You married a man that was in jail for damn near 20 years. You thought he was going to come home and become the breadwinner in your household. You have 3 children and yourself. So that's 5 people that he was going to be able to take care of after being in jail damn near 20 years, and you was going to be able to be a housewife. And when he come home, all he feel like doing is snuggling up next to you. He don't want to kick it with his people. He don't want to, kind of try to recapture the life that he lost since he's been in jail for 20 years. He don't want to do none of that. All he want to do is snuggle up with you and be a great father and go home and make sure that he's making up all the money that he needs to make up. What? I'm just trying to figure out, why did she think that was going to happen? Even last season, when she was like, I sold your car. She told him that she sold his car. And he was like, you better not have sold my car, blah, blah, blah. And she was like, I was just playing. The car that he had, it was like a nice car. If I'm not mistaken, it was a Benz. Like a new Benz. And I'm wondering to myself, where the hell is Lamar getting all this money from? Just got out of jail from being incarcerated for 20 years. And even if he got that money from the show, it looked to me like he spent all his show money on that car. She was like, he is a great father. He's a great, a father to the kids, but he's just not a great husband. Now, Lamar is currently living in LA. You live in Utah. I don't know how the hell you and him have anything together, or how the hell you're going to say that he's a good father when he's living in LA. But anyway, she showed up to her friend's house in LA. I mean, excuse me, in Utah because they were having a sip and see. One of her friends in Utah just had a baby. So they were going to see the baby and, have some drinks, all right, and do crafts. So while they're sitting around the table, they're talking. And she's like, back in LA, I couldn't do crafts with nobody and stuff because I ain't really make no friends or whatever. And it's just hard. It's just hard. It's hard with him being out there. So, her friends is like, yeah, what the fuck is going on with you and Lamar? You know what I mean? What's really good? How the fuck is you here and he there? You know what I mean? And she's just like, y'all, I can't. You know what I mean? So she now has a confession to make to her friends. She was like, I never told y'all this before, but y'all know I was talking to Lamar while he was in jail for like 6 years. And the littlest one she got was like 5 when he came home or whatever. I don't know. So they was like, what you mean? Like one of them was like, what does that mean? What are you trying to say? And everybody else was like, that Lamar is the, father of the youngest one. Like they looking at the other girl like, can't you put 2 and 2 together? She's saying Lamar is the father of the last baby. And the girl is like, why? How did that happen? Y'all used to have conjugal visits? And Andrea is like, nah, you can't have conjugal visits unless you're married. So they was like, well, how the fuck did you get pregnant then if you can't have conjugal visits unless you're married? She's like, what like he came something and then you inserted it and injected it or whatever. And she's like, no. So basically in her confessional, she's like, me and him were intimate in a closet. And I didn't want to say nothing before because he could have got in trouble for that. Like he could have literally got another charge. But now that he's off parole, we all good. I could let it all out that the youngest is his because we did have sex during a visit in a closet. And that's how she got pregnant with the last one. I mean, it is what it is. I'm not even going to act shocked. Act shocked. I mean, I'm more shocked that she talked to him for 6 years while he was in jail and expected him to be a provider and a great dad and want to have sex with her every single day, every time you look up. That's what I'm more shocked at after being in jail for 20 years. You should already know if somebody was in jail for 20 years, it's going to be very hard for them not to want to recapture their youth that they lost. Because if I'm not mistaken, he came home, he was like 40 years old. So he was like 20 or 22 when he went to jail because he was really in there for 18 years. That's a long ass time for you to think a man is just going to want to come home. He ain't going to want to kick it with the homies. Shit, I ain't been in jail for 20 years and all I want to do is kick it with the homies. You know what I'm saying? But I got to go to work. So, the fuck? I'm just, I don't know. I don't know what the hell. Let's move on to Lacey and Shane because I see this video is going really, really long. And I want to try to wrap it up within the next 10 minutes or so. Shane and Lacey, they show up to like a fertility clinic, okay? Now, they're saying that they're moving tomorrow. Lacey's like, tomorrow we're moving. But, right now we have an appointment at the fertility clinic because I got my tubes tied and I want to have the surgery to get it reversed because Shane really wants a baby. What I'm trying to figure out with these two, or really with Lacey, is why the fuck do you care if Shane wants a baby? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Because Shane is a 22-year-old unemployed felon. You married him. Okay, fine. You married him. He ain't know your kids from a can of fucking paint, and you married him. And her kids are small. Matter of fact, what he went to jail for, I don't know that I would want him around my children. And I think he said he didn't do it or whatever like that, but I don't even remember what the fuck it was. Assaulted someone. I don't know. All I know is you married him He was 21 years old at the time. He's now 22. And you going to say in your confessional, if you want to be with me, you got to work. Really? He didn't have a fucking job when you married him. He didn't have a job when you met him. When you met him, he was in jail. You went and picked him up from jail, right? And then you married him. He did not have a job. He wasn't looking for a job. But you going to say, if you want to be with me, you got to work? Now you want to get smart with him because he's not a provider. Let me cut back to the fertility clinic because, oh my God. They up in the fertility clinic and he's telling the doctor that he wants to have her to have like 2 more children. And the doctor in her confessional was like, I think Shane is a little young. Okay, 22 years old. I don't know that he's even ready to be a father. You think? He don't have a job. He ain't even looking for a fucking job. He told the doctor, she was like, so how do you have time to work? Because she was like, how often do y'all have intercourse? He was like, maybe like 10 times a day. Maybe I'm just too fucking old, but I can't even imagine that. I can't even imagine that. The doctor asked him, how do you have time to work? He was like, oh, I don't work. My job is to lay up under Lacey. That's what my job is. And she was like, oh, well, your employer must pay you well. Fuck yeah. She done went out there and bought a house for us to live in. Now, she might get smart with me because I don't have no damn money, but she's not putting me out. I guess that's all that really matters, okay? Anywho, she's telling them if Lacey gets this procedure done to put her tubes back together, that she'll be pregnant within a year. 6 months to a year, she'll be pregnant. Otherwise, they could do IVF. I'm like, okay, sounds good. He said he want babies, and people care about that. People care. Listen, if I'm 20, because they said Lacey is like 28, 29, and I marry a 21-year-old, and I already got 3 kids, and this nigga don't even got a job, he could tell me he want babies all he want. I'd be like, that's nice. I'm sorry, but that's nice. That sounds cool. But guess what? My tubes are tied and I'm not having no motherfucking more. And then even if I were to have some more, the man that I am with would have to get my tubes untied. I'm not about to go out here and pay. I got my tubes tied. I'm not about to go out here and pay more money to have them untied because some unemployed young ass felon that I married wants to have 2 more babies that he ain't gonna fucking help me take care of. Like, no, baby, no. I can't do it. No, I can't do it. So, yeah, that's their story, okay? I just am shocked by Shane and I want 2 kids. Excuse me, don't you know that when you have children that they need to be taken care of, who the fuck gonna take care of them? Me by myself doing now you want me to go out here and have another baby, but you know full well that my job is to pose naked or do like cam videos naked for men so they could pay. What the fuck I look like having another baby right now? You know what I'm saying? Then I'm gonna have to fucking turn around and have more like corrective surgeries, for my body so I could go out here and make money. You know what I'm saying? So you could lay up on your ass drinking all day. No, I don't. No. Anyway, so they cut to the restaurant that Megan and Michael are going to meet up with Megan's friend B, okay? Now, Megan's friend B, is a guy, you know what I mean? And he seems like a gay male, okay? Have nothing, no problems with that. I'm just describing the man, okay? But I really like B. I really, really like B. Because B wasn't here for none of the shenanigans at all. He wasn't here for them. B was like, so Michael, so you done finally came out here, huh? You know, they dapped up or whatever. They was like, what's up, how you doing? When they came in, soon as they sat down, they ordered their drinks or whatever. And he was like, so Michael, so you here, huh? Michael was like, yeah, I just wanted to come out here and, you know what I'm saying, make sure everything was all good between me and Megan. And he was like, oh really? So what your wife think about that? He was like, yeah, me and her, we not really, you know, kicking it like that no more. And what I liked about this conversation is that Michael was answering B's questions. You know, he did have that, at least that level of respect. Even though in the confessionals, he was like, this nigga think I'm here to prove some shit to him. No, Michael. You don't have to prove nothing to him. You really should be just proving shit to Megan. That's really enough. And I'm sure that if you proved it to Megan, that would be enough for B. You know what I'm saying? But just like B said, see, Megan got love behind her shit with you. Me, I don't got the love. Only person I got love for is Megan. So therefore, I'm here for finding out whether you are true. Because you know what I'm saying? This right here is the shoulder that she been crying on all this damn time. While you been going out with your wife and doing all this other shit. So Michael was like, well, I told her that I was married. He was like, no, nigga, that's after she found out you was married. He was like, well, I told her after she asked you about the shit. After your wife fucking came to her and said that you was married. You was already back in jail and you telling her, yeah, I'm married. The fuck? So he was like, let me tell you something. You know, y'all could do what the fuck y'all want to do. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, it'll be cool between me and you. But I'm watching you with the fucking cat eye. That's what B told him. Michael like, oh, this nigga think I'm here to prove some shit to him. He was like, see, in a relationship, only people you gotta prove something to is, you know, the other person. Yeah, but you ain't proved shit to her. And that's my bestie. Oh, let me tell you something. All besties should be how B was. Because he wasn't here for none of it with Michael. He was looking at him like, he was like, so what's to say that all the shit you saying right now ain't lies? What's to say that you telling the truth right now with the shit you saying right now? Like, you know, about how you here and you want to be back with her and all that. Who's to say that the shit you saying right now is the truth? He gave Michael the business and I was here for it. You know, but Michael was like, I don't answer to him. You know what I mean? I answer to her. But when he do answer to Megan, it'd be a bunch of fucking lies. So that's why Michael was getting in his ass. I mean, not Michael, B was getting in his ass. And I was here for it. I was here for that. Anyway, we back to Brittany and Marcelino. They get home and they're telling Giovanni that they got a baby on the way. See, I forgot to like go into depth with Brittany and Marcelino that they were at the doctor seeing the baby on the baby monitor or whatever and hearing the baby's heartbeat, you know, whatever. They didn't find out the sex of the baby, but the sex of the baby was placed in an envelope for them to look at whenever they want to. So they got home and they told Giovanni, you got a little baby on the way. And we don't know if it's a sister or a brother, but you have a new baby on the way. And he was like, oh, yay. He was like all excited about that. I absolutely love the fact that Marcelino is such a good dad to Giovanni. You know, he treats Giovanni like he is his own all the way. And I'm here for that. I really am. Like I said, people don't like Marcelino like that. I mean, yeah, he might be a jackass sometimes, but he's a good dad. And he seems to be a good husband. Now, I don't know. She called him a liar in the previews and pushed him or whatever. I don't know what the fuck happened. Hopefully he don't got another girl. But messing with him, it seemed like he kind of like, he was doing like Mr. in The Color Purple and shit. He probably fuck around and been hiding her letters that been coming in the mailbox from Sasha and shit. You know what I mean? Or fucked around and put in a change of address or whatever. You know what I mean? She might have been lying to him about that because you know, I mean, he might have been lying to her about that because you know she wants him to allow her to still have the relationships that she had when she was locked up. And I can understand that, but the thing of it is that You have to, when you marry somebody and you see that they have like other relationships that might not necessarily be healthy for them, what you have to do, yeah, you could express the fact that you don't think that they should have these relationships, but trying to force them not to have them or trying to fix things so that they don't have them anymore is the wrong thing to do. You need to let them have them until they kind of like flow away, because I'm in a different place in life. When she actually becomes in a different place in her life, she'll stop even wanting to have those relationships. And it's just, that's just is the way it is. You know what I mean? So I hope that the reason why they get into that fight isn't because of something like that. And I also hope it isn't because she called him a liar. So I also hope it isn't because he's cheating or anything crazy like that. But we'll see as the season goes on. So then they cut back to Shane and Lacey, okay? They're moving, okay? And the house looks like a fucking wreck while they're moving. I mean, a complete and utter wreck. It looks like how people's house be looking when they move. But to me, if you're going to hire movers, have all your shit boxed up and ready. You know what I'm saying? For the movers to come move the shit. Have shit taken apart for the movers to come put it on the truck. I mean, maybe the cameras made it look like it was worse than it actually was. Maybe they took their pictures while they were trying to get shit together. Shane was over there putting shit on the truck. I thought y'all had movers. Why the fuck is Shane putting shit on the truck? If you got movers coming to pick up stuff and put it on the truck, you should just be in the house. And I mean, Shane and Lacey need to be in the house getting everything together for the movers to pick it up and put it on the truck. Lacey was sitting down, not doing shit. Shane was like, hello, you need to get your ass up and help us do this. And she was like, no, because I fucking paid the movers. So I feel as though I did all the shit I'm going to do. I said, I know that's right. Okay? I know that's right. So she looking at him like, you get your shit. And you know what I'm saying? You get these kids shit up and do all this. I'm not doing it. I'm not fucking doing it. I said, I know that's right. But she was complaining the whole time in her confessional about him and how he don't do shit but drink. He don't fucking work and all this. So she says that John been leaving her voicemails or texts or something like that or whatever. She's afraid that John is so depressed that he's somewhere with a needle in his arm about to die because she's moved on with her life, okay? Because now his phone is off or it's going straight to voicemail or whatever. She done called him and called him and called him and called him. While Shane is moving with the movers, this bitch is in the back of the house calling John because she's worried because they have history. Honestly, I understand. Because you know what I'm saying? You went and picked up Shane from jail and probably like 2 months later you married the nigga. Okay? Then you went and picked up John from jail and instead of actually letting him get in your car, you know, right before you married Shane, and instead of actually letting John get in your car, you confessed to him, hey, I'm with Shane, and then Shane showed up. So you did that shit in a very messy ass fucking way. So I understand you being concerned, okay? In the previews for the rest of the season, Shane and John look like they're going to get into it, okay? Because messy ass Lacey is going to be having John around, having him over to the house, sleeping with him, doing whatever she does. You know what I'm saying? And, stupid ass Shane, he shouldn't expect shit else from Lacey. Just like Lacey shouldn't expect shit else from Shane or John. She over here calling him. Then she called her homegirl or whoever the hell she called. And it's like, I'm so worried about John. I'm so worried about him. I hope he's not somewhere with a needle in his arm dead. Really? If you were so concerned about him, why the fuck you marry Shane? Like, you could have stayed unmarried and been able to do what the fuck you want to do. I mean, I don't get it. I just don't, whatever. I can't with Lacey. I can't. Anyway, she's like, they have history or whatever. She's, like I said, she was calling John while Shane was up in the front of the house moving with the movers and shit. I'm like, what the hell? Anyway, we cut back to Angela and Tony. Tony done came home, okay? Angela is like, as soon as he come to the door, she's like, get your shit and get the fuck out. It's over. And he's like, what happened? What? She was like, I know you been getting free rooms for prostitutes in exchange for sex, nigga. I went through your phone. Get your shit and get... She ain't playing no fucking games with him. Get your shit and get the fuck out. That's what she told him. He's like, Angela, I don't have no place else to go. Angela was like, where my phone at? Where my motherfucking phone? She picked up her fucking phone and was like, I'm gonna call the bitch you been talking to. Dialed her up and was like, hello, whatever the fuck her name was. Brittany, whatever her name was. I put Tony out. He said he don't got nowhere to go. I'm sending him over there to you. Why this bitch on the other line was like, send him on. Send him on over. I said, no, this bitch didn't. That made it worse. He in the confessional like, I'm paroled to Angela's house. I don't need this bitch throwing a fit right now. I'm going to wait until she calm the fuck down. I'm going to get her to calm down. And then everything going to be all right. She told him to get his shit and get the fuck out. She put his shit out on the porch. Was kicking his stuff out the house. Get your shit and get the fuck out. She threw the ring. Okay? Get out. Now, the previews for the rest of the season, you already know Angela going to take his ass back. She going to take him back. Everybody in the whole wide world, fucking Stevie Wonder and anybody else blind can see Tony don't mean this woman no good. Angela just can't see that he don't mean her no good. And I was thinking last season after she took him back and they finally had sex, like after that, like the next morning she was at the table like, let me tell you something. You're not going to be, she was over there smoking her cigarette. She was like, you're not going to be fucking me over. Let me tell you something. Okay, you're going to act right. You're going to do right. This, that, and the third. She was like reading him his rights after they, night together. I said the dick must have not been that good with her acting like that. So I guess Angela's whole thing is, first of all, the dick ain't even that good. I got you up in my motherfucking house. You out cheating and all that other shit. You need to get your shit and get the fuck out. And let me tell you something. I have never agreed more. Angela, get him the fuck out of your house. And let him stay out. Let him stay out. Angela, what the fuck is going on? Angela act like this is her child or something. Even if it was your child, you got to push him out into the world. Let him go. Angela act like something crazy is going to happen if this man is not in her life. Let his dirty ass go. He don't mean no good to you, Angela. I can't. She was like, she told him, get your shit and get your motorcycle and go. I said, that right there tell me you gonna let the nigga back. This nigga, he don't own nothing. You bought him that goddamn motorcycle. Get your shit, get your motorcycle and go. No, don't let him take the motorcycle. Tell him to hitch a fucking ride to the job and get a free room for his own goddamn self, or tell one of his prostitute friends to come get him. Don't let him take nothing that you fucking bought him. Just the mere fact that she was like, get your shit, get your motorcycle and get the fuck out. Tell me that, Angela, your ass is going to be letting Tony back because you still want him. That's why you letting him take the motorcycle. If you really was about it and you really wanted that nigga out, right? You would be like, nigga, let's put your shit in the back of my car. No, fuck that. I'm going to give your ass a ride down to the hotel so you can get you a motherfucking room. Do not come back. I will be changing the motherfucking locks. The motorcycle is going to stay right there where it's at because it's mine. Because I know damn well it's registered to her if the shit is registered. Okay? Anyway, the previews. The previews look like it's going to be a whole lot of mess going on. I mean, a whole lot. So I will be reviewing this season. I've been on here for almost an hour. I never wanted to be on here this long, but it was just a lot to talk about. I could just go on for days about this show. That's why I'm reviewing it. So I hope y'all stay tuned. I know I never say this at the beginning of the videos, but I hope y'all like this video. Let me get a thumbs up. I hope y'all comment on the video. I would love to see all the comments. Let's talk about it. And I hope y'all subscribe. I'm trying to get my subscribers up in the 2020. So let me know what y'all think, and I'll be back with the next one. Peace.